going to have to pick something else. And it's going to be Camille, which is an OG anti-Na. A lot more skill.
Don't really lean either way. Now, last week I would have leaned towards the Senna 100% because Nautilus is so strong when he builds items. Senna scales extremely well. You have the Azir to peel for the Senna. I think that's why they picked it, not necessarily because
one possibility, if they can actually make that one work out, is almost unplayable against 4D Plus's comp. Difficult stuff. Let's jump into the rift. Now, Wolf, the one thing that D Plus has going for them is that they have a very balanced composition. Now, Lucid, can you land the Q? That's the question, especially onto Henna. And there it is, first blood, going over to aiming. Kellen is going to burn down, though. And a 1-for-1, I don't think was what D Plus were looking for. I'll still a little bit more realistic. Hextech Ultimatum is difficult to play around in a turret dive. And Lucid is just going to say, you're not allowed to press the button. And he's just chain CC. That was gorgeous.
super clean, but can they get away?
Yeah, that's a good question. Nature's Grasp coming down as Kingen is going to get stunned up. Another cleanse out from aiming as a flash does come on forward. There's the twisted advance. Now that the CC was removed for the last one, and great ulti from Closer as Dawning Shadow comes in. Kingen actually able to get the kill back. That was insane. Going 1-for-1 in that moment. Huge for deeping up those stacks for us.
Yeah, much appreciated. So stacking
he's a very tanky
well.
boy. He's a tanky boy.
You know, getting decently stacked up and going to be very difficult to kill in these team fights. And he's going to start working towards that shortly here.
Well, Lucid going aggressive onto Closer, who takes a lot of damage. It's Leandri's power spike coming on in as that flash was necessary from Lucid to get out of the way. And now D+, they're going for it. The hook is going to go wide, though, from Kellen as they look to engage. I don't know about this one. Execute is... I think he turned off comms for that one.
And this is one of those, you know, lack of coordination moments here. And he's going to be here real quick.
Yep. Clear is going to be a little bit later. Doesn't have the opportunity to teleport either. But now he's going to make it to the mid lane. There's some flashes out from both of these supports. Kellen now potentially out of position. Lucid going to be able to lock down the Rift Arrow, but can they actually stay alive in the fight? As there's an Emperor's Divide, and if he wasn't a tank, he would have died before he got that one off. It doesn't matter, though, because two are dead on the side of D+.
And again, you know, I mean, we're trading sides here in terms of the coordination. Just to disappoint you a little bit here, Atlas, but...
Oh, wow. It's the Frozen Heart second.
Yeah, Frozen Heart second. He just wants to peel for his backline, but they spend so much time here and double teleport, and now a turret's down. Camille could still join this fight.
Oh dear. Now he's going to go back, spends what gold he has, and then can get in at any moment. Going to teleport towards that top side of the river. And now Nature's Grasp coming through once again. Hook going to come down there as Execute needs to try and push them away. Lucid going to get chain CC'd. Emperor's Divide does come down. Lucid will survive for the moment as Execute. He goes in onto Showmaker. Willa almost burning down. Lucid on 200, but he might be able to grab the Drake, and he does so. Showmaker still alive and at about 50% as now this tank is actually working. Kellen able to limp his way out as well as Q lands, and Lucid goes in. It's a double for Showmaker, and now Henna has no option. He's going to be taken out as well, and it's a triple for the Azir. I have a feeling, actually, I was entirely wrong.
I gotta say,
Azir is the greatest champion. And Closer has to ult.
Yone can't really hurt him, you know, at this point in time.
I don't know whether anyone can.
I mean, the game might just fight on every single objective from here on out. You know, the game just eventually snowballs against you.
Oh, there's the flash. Has to be used this time around. Lucid going in. Kingen has teleported, and he'll just find the Gnar into the wall. All too easy to chain that CC together, and aiming will collect that kill. Man, that was there was absolutely nothing that Clear could do no matter what he did. Might have been
I suppose Clear could teleport in here, but they have no wards set up, and I think they just have to give this one up, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's 3 control wards in perfect position to make sure that Willa cannot get anywhere near this Baron. So yes, they'll take the inner turret and the outer in mid as depth charge going to come down. Henna does make it to the brush, but that doesn't matter because he's pushed all the way back towards the inner turret. Henna will go down, but he does kill Showmaker. Execute going to be the next casualty, though, as Kingen is just throwing these boomerangs around the team fight. Clear once again. He just stopped getting gnawed into the wall, and then he immediately finds another one as Willa desperately trying to get out of there. The unfun Mega Cone is going to try to get him to safety, but Lucid hops a ride as well. And I have a feeling Willa is going to go down. Resonating Strike comes in as the Honey Fruit doing its best to heal up the Miss Piggy, but she is still going to die. They're trying to block, and it's not going to work out because Lucid, he has got Safeguard. The mobility of Elise in, ladies and gentlemen, as D+, they crush the fight after the Baron.
Yeah, unfortunately, no kill for aiming on that one, but I don't think he really cares at this point. The game may just be not to engage Baron. This was absolutely the right macro play, but unfortunately, everybody gets taken out here off just once again a great Showmaker play as Riftmaker is now done. And, I mean, they've got Baron, they're pushing hard. Fear-X just on the back foot now, and they're reeling, and I don't think there's any way back in.
It's a really tough one. Closer has spent a lot of time inside, getting a lot of extra money. You can see he's about 30 CS up over Showmaker right now as Hextech Ultimatum coming down. Kingen now trapped in the Hexagon, but he is able to flash out as it does dissipate. Decent kick there, but Lucid's really dead, as Fear-X invested a lot into that one, with Closer also pushing this top lane. Aiming getting to work now as the Nature's Grasp comes on in. The dragons just oscillate over the map, and not too much is going to come from it, but it buys enough space.
I mean, someone has to deal with this. Yeah, this is not exactly what D+ wanted to have happen here. They end up losing Lucid, and then there's just
27 minutes into the game means basically nothing as far as a lead, as long as a lot of the money is on the Camille and on the Yone, and they're able to keep control of side lanes. So they aren't, and they lose the top inner. So that is going to continue that lead, as Showmaker, I don't know whether Will is going to be enough to take him down, but with Clear and Execute making their way over, I don't think Lucid's going to get there in time. Emperor's Divide doing a fair bit of work here, but Showmaker is eventually going to die. It will just take a lot longer than it normally does to kill an Azir.
So, I mean, a lot of tools invested here by Fear-X, but also...
Yeah, and so Clear walks over many wards as he gets over. So they know this is going to be an honest 5v5. Is Kellen a little bit late on that one? Showmaker does tank the ulti, but the Nature's Grasp only finds the front line. Ult comes through there from Closer as well, but he may have gone too far. He's able to pull himself back. But Clear, unfortunately, doesn't have this. Well, he actually does. He's going to hook shot away.
They're too tanky.
They lose control of the Baron, and now Lucid going hyper-aggressive, now aiming, looking for these auto attacks. The Hail of Arrows does about nothing. Clear going aggressive onto Kingen, but he's not going to fall down, and Closer, he can't get back into the fight. And you're exactly right, Wolf. They're just too tanky.
No one's going down. No one's taking damage. Closer goes in for the ult, and he's just whipping his way out. He survives due to some of the lack of damage on these champions at this point in the game. I mean, still, frankly, the Azir does a lot of damage. Senna is so well protected that she's going to do a lot of long-term damage, and Kingen, even though he's also building pretty tankier with the Randuins, he hurts a lot. So there's just too many threats. You can't kill all three of these damage threats, as Willer's going to be pushed away. Oh, maybe not.
He's in the pit. That's scary. It's now down extraordinarily low. Who's going to be able to get the smite is the question. They just want to... He was just allowed to walk in and steal their lunch money. It's like they gave it to him. Still, they're going to grab a double kill, so it's not really going to be that many Barons on the map outside of...
And over here...
Yeah, now we've got more things happening. Clear is going to be ulted back from Showmaker, who uses his wall to hookshot to. Just don't think it's going to be enough as he's just thrown around like a beach ball. And Execute, yeah, not going to really be able to do too much here as the Hyperprocs are going to rain down, and it's a double kill for the Azir. 7-3 and 5 now for Showmaker, who does have that Abyssal Mask that I spoke about with such frustration molding to about this. So he might have like an opinion, a reason as to why it may have worked this time around and didn't the last time.
I mean, I didn't watch the last game, but it made, when you mentioned it to me, I was like, actually seems pretty sick here, and it definitely has been.
Well, it was definitely really sick here. It's absolutely right. As now Closer looking for that flank angle, will get walloped, but otherwise he'll be okay. And it feels to me a little bit, okay, Closer is just going to die. Lucid gets in the way, and that is going to be a dead Yone.
I mean, this is a 32-kill game at 33 minutes.
Yeah, this is like extraordinarily bloody. And there's a Chemtech Soul with this particular Azir build. If there's ever a time that it's going to look bonkers, it's in this exact scenario, especially with how extraordinarily strong he is, and he finds the ultimate onto 3 in the backline. This is going to be the last fight of the game, as aiming untouched, just able to shoot them like fish in a barrel. And there's a Gnar into his own turret. and Clear is going to fall down as well. Kingin picks up a double. And yes, Showmaker does fall down in the end, but that just shows that he utilized his tankiness to 100% of his ability. The next is going to go down as well, and it felt like a Juggermore composition.
Engages, good peel, and Aatrox can have a lot of value in terms of, you know, getting around and flanking these backline targets. And it looks like it's just going to be Alistair. I'm not a huge fan of this pick, to be honest with you, Atlas. I feel like it's very fragile. I feel like there's a little bit of control himself, so you have to react to Twisted Fate, but then there's also a flanking Recon. You have to deal with the Rel engage. Engage is really fantastic here for D+, but this comp is going to require a lot of coordination. It is going to have to be value here, I think, for Hannah.
Yep, it certainly will be. Let's jump onto the rift for game number 2. All right, here we are on the rift for the second game of the series. D+ taking the first one. Little moment.
Yeah.
And, all right, there's the headbutt back. Kellen in trouble. He's burning down. Willer in position as well, as they don't manage to get the knock up, and I don't think that anything was really going to come of it anyway. Q going to land as Willer.
They got a good trade, and then unfortunately D+ just continued to opt in. And it's just a good play there on the bottom side for Henna and Execute. Execute so good when he can actually have that agency as Showmaker.
All right, Willer is just going to go in. He needs an extra auto, and he's going to find it. The last turret shot doesn't come down on Willer.
Kingin is just sitting on his Doran's Blade, and he is 20 CS up. He is threatening plates with these mini waves crashing through. He's having a good time as Clear has just been left on an island by Willer. It's working out so far. We'll see if that continues.
Taking their Gromp away. He's going to be able to do so as it does lose its patience. Another Hex Flash being channeled. You love to see it from Execute. Now they look aggressively for yet another one. Hail of Arrows coming down. The battle for the Gromp is in. There's the Emperor's Divide, though, onto Closer, who is going to get pulled back. Does have a decent shockwave there, but it's not going to be enough to save him, and he will be taken down. So Showmaker gets his revenge.
A really good call there to go in for that play.
Greaves that he has put together. Execute, though, also here. So 3 versus 1. It's going to be a tough one for Kingin to get out of. Does almost find a gold card, but it's not going to work. He is just in the blender. And Clear will get slowed down momentarily, but he gets out of turret range. So really nice. The top lane. Good little gank there from Lucid to make sure that that flash was gained. And just in time for a potential fight around this Hextech Drake. And Lucid's not done yet. And now Clear underneath his turret. He's not going to be safe. The Magnet Storm comes in as Willer. Just a little bit too late. Teleport comes down. There's a shockwave onto both of them. The teleport from Closer just so incredibly good. The Destiny gets Kingin out of there, but the horse not so lucky. Whether, like, if we get an Infernal, that is a whole lot of fun.
They want to maybe set something up here onto Clear once again. He's reading this really well with obviously his jungler being bottom side. They get double dragon here, so...
Yeah, Closer, I think he smells that there is something that could be a little dangerous. Now Willer's going to turn up just in time. The quickness comes down, but Closer just gets out of there.
Yeah, Willer actually kicking Kellen to prevent him from actually getting anything done with that ult.
Oh, special delivery. There's the Orianna delivered to them. Underneath the turret, though, goes Showmaker. Thank goodness. He's so tanky. May not be tanky enough, but the Magnet Storm saves his life. Gorgeous play from Willer, and it's a double kill for aiming. Yes, Henna manages to obliterate the bottom side of the map, but D+, they're not concerned.
He's building it first here, so I do like that. A lot of control here. Kellen also bottom side, by the way. They might look for a dive here if they can bait it. Not going to happen.
Oh, Kingin just happily walking out of the way of things. As in goes Kellen. They do manage to find the charm. There's the knockup. See whether he actually has enough damage, as Clear does find the knockup onto Kingin. And is it a double? As he flashes for the blue card, and that is going to be enough to lock it down. But 1 for 1, you'll take that if you are Clear.
That
really
was
nicely played.
Very risky play there from D+. If the Aatrox gets 2 kills there for free, I've seen that one before, where the Aatrox on the enemy team of D+ gets 2 kills and the game ends.
Execute. Well, they're going to look for Henna first, as the Flash Emperor's Divide does absolutely nothing. The Magnet Storm is going to be in, though, and that should be enough. As Showmaker, he tanks up a whole bunch of sticks, but they're not pulled out, and it's a double kill for aiming.
I mean, aiming is just getting so much value out of these skirmishes here with Showmaker and Lucid over and over and over again. Suddenly, he's actually massively ahead of Henna. Henna was like, I've got your whole turret, I'm winning lane. I got ahead.
Well, okay. 700 gold going over to Clear. It was delayed, but they got him in the end.
I guess so. I'm not sure how that one came to pass, but I guess a replay will tell us.
He might have been a flashless Twisted Fate in a side lane. That may have been part of it.
Yeah. Well, you know, they're going to get the charge here in mid lane as D+ do secure the dragon.
Yep, execute coming from behind the turret. Is going to try and headbutt them away, but now he's very, very low. Does have the ulti, but Kellen doesn't seem to care too much about that, as the last tick of Ignite will take down the cow. Now D+, without a large amount of Fox's utility,
yeah, a lot of
might be able to get some work done.
Gone. That was a questionable choice, but man, Kellen is aggressive this game. He is
everywhere.
Stuff.
He's like, Execute keeps making all of these crazy plays. Guys, is that what I'm supposed to do? And they're like, I don't know. And then he's like, it is. And then Henna is going to get caught from underneath the turret. Aiming and Showmaker kind of popping off this game, as Lucid going to get kicked back towards Clear out of the sweet spot, which is a little bit of a shame. Magnastorm coming on in as the World Ender comes down, and now Aiming has caught up to them. Execute in position, but the Chains of Corruption are going to be able to lock down the cow, and Aiming locks down the Aatrox as well. And now Showmaker getting in there with these Sand Soldiers. Willa just trying to safeguard for his life, but the crash down comes in, and he's slowed by the hail of arrows and pierced by the Q. Nicely done there.
You can take the
turret and look at the bubs. It's little void mites just eating away at it. It's disintegrating.
It's so annoying to deal with, and
also like it's once again Twisted Fate. We were talking about this yesterday. It is the quintessential win more champion, as Willa, he's in trouble. Kellen looking for the opportunity, gets right on top of the Lee Sin with that quickness, and there is the W-empowered Q. Good flash from Execute, but the Emperor's Divide's better. The Magnet Storm too, as Henna and Closer both just die. Clear trying to be the hero, 1,000 gold, but he may go into the grave immediately afterwards. Kingen will turn up in the nick of time. There's the ace. That's going to be a Baron. And what did they get? They got Aiming.
And there's clearly something going on in the FearX coaching department where they're saying, don't play slow.
And he's even got a gun. This Twisted Fate is ludicrous at this point in time.
TF passive, you know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So he's got a lot more money as Edge of Night value right there. Gonna block the gold card as now Kellen looking for a flank angle. Showmaker is teleported in. Emperor's Divide hits two, gets them off the Azir. Doesn't quite find the Shifting Sands, but they find Willa regardless. And Showmaker is still chasing them, his frozen heart working as best it can. Shockwave lands onto two, but that's just going to delay this push forward from D+. With their Baron, they are going to now move to try and break open this base, and Fox's health bars are not going to be able to stop it. The Void Mites as well, helping out. Look at how many of them there are. What the heck is this as an army? It's a Void army.
It's a Void Mite army, and it is just going to start ripping through the space.
Oh, okay, Lucid. He's taking a little bit of a journey to the fountain. Not sure whether that one was optimal, as Henna is going to be able to grab that kill.
Alistair the counter to Rel.
Yeah, there we go, nailing it. Chains of Corruption are going to connect here as Closer in trouble. Now ticking down, but does get himself the shield from the safeguard. Pulverize comes in there as Kellen still looking to try and peel. Gets the double knockup for free. Willa dives into it. And that's Kingen locking down the kill onto Henna. And now there is no damage left. There's no opportunity. And look at the cleanup the Destiny Gate gives you. Clear does come back again, and Closer's also respawned, so Showmaker could be in trouble. Oh, never mind, Emperor's Divide comes down, and I stand so corrected. Tank Azir is not balanced even a little bit, Wolf. This is the most ridiculous build I have ever seen, and is way too strong. Someone get Freak on the line. We need, like, it's an emergency.